Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and if you missed it, I did just post videos on the Galaxy Book 3 Pro and the 3 Pro 360. However, Samsung just sent over their latest flagship laptop, the Galaxy Book 3 Ultra. So they took the Ultra lineup and brought it to their laptops. And you do get flagship specs to back it up in a fairly thin laptop. So I'm really excited to check this out. You can get up to an RTX 4070 graphics card and up to an i9 13th gen Intel processor. On top of that, you get Samsung's dynamic AMOLED display with up to 120 hertz refresh rate at a 3K resolution. And there's a lot more to it, so a lot of power inside this laptop. We will be doing some gaming tests as well later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. But quickly, want to take a look at what comes inside the box, get some hands-on with this flagship laptop. Let's get started. Here is the flagship Galaxy Book 3 Ultra. Opening it up, on the right side here is our charging brick, which is fairly large. Makes sense, you have to power that GPU and CPU. This is a 100-watt brick via USB Type-C with Samsung's super fast charging as well. Continuing through, we have our laptop. We're going to set that to the side for just a second because it also does come with a charging cable, USB Type-C to Type-C. On to what you came to see, the Book 3 Ultra. A very similar design to the other models, just with very basic Samsung, very sleek looking. Of course, like in all of my laptop videos, one-handed test passed very easily. And there is our very large trackpad. So they did increase the size of the trackpads a little bit offset from the center, and there's just a closer look at our keyboard. I'm going to press the power button, which acts as our fingerprint scanner, and then we are going to take a closer look at the hardware of this laptop. On the left side, HDMI port, 2 USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports, a status light. You have our speakers along the bottom here, and moving along, there's a couple microphones here on the lid with that notch to open it up, and along the right side you have your micro SD card slot, USB Type A, 3.5mm headphone jack. So exact same ports across the Book 3 lineup from Samsung. And just a quick look at the hinge on the back. Down at the bottom we have grips on all 4 corners and ventilation for the fans. With the Book 3 Ultra turned on, I'm going to run through the startup process. I'd like to quickly point out just the angle that the screen leans back to, actually a pretty decent angle. So for now, we're going to run through the process of setting up the fingerprint scanner, which is embedded in the power button. Just set our thumb on down. Also pointing out that obviously with the 16-inch, you do get a number pad on the right side. Continuing through, very easy process. I'll test this out a little bit later on in the video just to make sure the scanner is working. I've had no problem with the fingerprint scanner working on the Book 3 and Book 3 Pro 360. We are all set up and ready to go. Very quickly, I want to point out this is the RTX 4070 version with an i9 processor inside. A look at that large 16-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display. This has a 3K resolution with a 16:10 ratio and goes all the way up to 120 hertz. It is an excellent display. I've really enjoyed it on the other Book 3s that I have used. Also, having 120 hertz is great for any sort of motion, watching videos, and of course, playing games, which we will do in just a little bit. And obviously, with this laptop being Samsung, they add in a lot of very useful features to Windows in general. Ways to sync up your Samsung Galaxy phone, easy ways to transfer data from previous Samsung laptops, multi-control on your tablet, even on your phone, you can control, quickly share files between those devices with notes, galleries. They even have live wallpapers. There's just a ton of very useful additional features in these laptops. I did demonstrate a lot of these Samsung features in my previous Galaxy Book 3 Pro video, so I'll link to that in the description if you want to check those out. But for now, I'm going to get some games installed to do some testing. All right, so we are in the first game. This is Rocket League, and you'll see here, everything has been running very smooth. I've been very impressed. I'm already about 3 minutes into this game, and everything looks really good. My graphics settings are on high, but I've been impressed with how this 4070 and i9 combo is handling it on this PC. Yes, I can hear the fans, but they're not anything crazy, to be honest. The fans aren't crazy loud. I guess they can't be that big with how thin this laptop actually is. But so far, so good. In terms of frame rates, they're very stable. Also great having 120 hertz display. Just makes the game look so much better in general. Now, so to speak, Rocket League isn't necessarily the most graphic intensive, but I do have Fortnite installed as well, so I'm actually installing it in the background, to be honest. So I'm downloading Fortnite right now in the background, so we'll test that out in just a second. A little bit more graphic intensive, but so far everything looks really good. I can imagine even if I'm doing some video editing, which I will do some testing on a little bit later on in another video, I'm gonna have to test that out a little bit more. But I do expect video editing to be smooth. Obviously going to need to do some testing, but for now, again, Rocket League running well. Let's jump into a little bit of Fortnite and see how the frames look there. All right, so our next game, like I mentioned, is Fortnite. We are dropping in here. Let me run around a little bit, get an idea of frames and such, and we'll check back in. And like I said, this game is definitely more graphically intensive, so you're gonna get lower frames than, say, Rocket League. However, you can definitely get consistent 60 frames in the full resolution, which is very impressive. You could bump it down to 1080p and get even more, so then you can start pushing and testing that 120 hertz display. But so far, you know, it's consistent, which is what you want out of a game like this. Like, it's not choppy. Here's a quick fight. He's probably gonna kill me. Yeah, okay, which is fine. But really good to see after running through that game. I'm overall very impressed. Everything looks very nice. Epic Games has done a really good job at making Fortnite in general be a visually appealing game. But just in general, very impressed. Definitely recommend trying some games out on this laptop. All of that gaming and such was all done over battery power as well, so this has not been plugged in whatsoever, and I was getting that performance out of it. And again, remember, you can connect your phone so you won't miss any of your alerts. You can transfer over quick files, images, any files that you download. And overall, that is everything I want to talk about for now on the Galaxy Book 3 Ultra. I love that Samsung has decided to make a more premium, a flagship laptop. I've been impressed first impressions wise. So definitely be sure to consider this laptop if you're looking for something with a lot of power. And also, you know, when it comes down to it, a 16-inch laptop, fairly thin overall and light with all things considered. You have a high-end GPU, you have a high-end processor inside. But anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the Galaxy Book 3 Ultra. I do have other videos on the Galaxy Book 3 Pro and the 360 as well. So I will link to those down in the description. But with that being said, be sure to give this video a thumbs up right here. Click that thumbs up button. And as always, thanks for watching.